Okay everyone, I've got a bit of a treat for you. I'm going to give you some comms for whilst I am available to do it. Obviously I've got a league race later on, but going to give you some comms for a little while, including all of qualifying and part of the race. I will have to log off in about 35 minutes, but you've got me until then, so let's have some fun with this. Let me know what you think of my my commenting skills once we are done with this, but thanks to the few of you who are joining in to listen to my stream. So we've currently got 5 out of the 7 drivers on their out laps. KVD, as I was expecting, is now slowing off a bit to give a bit of space to Hawkeye. Is it Hawkeye? No, Hawkeye 404. I'm presuming that to be Leo. So yeah, we got KVD. He's not. Has he left it a bit too late to get a best flying lap in if possible? We will see. And gonna focus on Hawkeye for now. Obviously, I'm seeing him go around on his outlap. Did make a couple of mistakes, I'm guessing, warming up the tyres. So let's see how he does with his first flying lap on the medium tyres tonight. I'm guessing looking to bank a lap on the solar compound, and then see what he can do on the faster compound if deemed necessary. Seeing that KVD is already closing up on Hawkeye. This is the problem, being so close to another driver in qualifying when you don't know their pace. You're effectively racing each other, and now KVD is probably going to have to do another one because he's not going to get the best time out of this flying lap as he might have been able to. As the two go side by side, KVD holding off a bit as Hawkeye runs. Still looks like he's struggling with that chicane. That's the second time he's overrun it a bit. We've got KVD again struggling to get past as Hawkeye runs wide, and KVD does now manage to get past. I think both of them will be looking to set another flying lap now. What? Whoa, that was very aggressive there by Hawkeye to look like he almost ran KVD off of the track. As we see Marcy and Villas both with clean air, smashing a 7 seconds lead over the time set by Hawkeye. Want to see what KVD is doing in his first sector, 27.6, but again he's invalidated his lap, so he's going to be heading back to the pits to get a change of tyres. So we have got Hawkeye, that's our league admin. Oh wow, I can't remember his name. Oh, and Hawkeye, as I say that, coming off, hitting the grass, coming off of the chicane, starting in sector 3, and we do now have a yellow flag in sector 3. Hawkeye will be starting at the back of the grid for the race later on. That is a devastating blow to our admin. Kyle. Yep, sorry, Kyle and Leo. Yeah, so Leo being the Hawkeye 404 and Kyle being Hawkeye 9. So, okay. Wow, this is... I'm surprised here that KVD hasn't pitted in. He's got no ERS left. No ERS left. He's got 2 3-lap old soft tyres. I'm very surprised at that decision to not pit. So with 12 minutes left of the session, we have got Villas and Marcy in the Mercedes having set some very fast times in the low 122s. Hawkeye 404 being the only other driver that has set a lap. I want to see how KVD is doing. Obviously, he has barely any ERs left, so let's see. He comes through sector 2 at 50.326. See, But once again, KVD really seeming to have problems with track limits and has invalidated his lap once again. That is one of the hardest things with qualifying and running strict track conditions. You will, if you go over just slightly, your lap will become completely invalidated. And I'm imagining here that he will pit to change onto a fresh set of softs, as he does. So I'm going to focus on Ihav, who is out on his first flying lap on the soft tyres. As he comes round turn 4 into turns 5 and 6. A 31.5 in sector 1. And we can see here that Harv has bailed that lap. Sorry, I wasn't watching. I'm presuming he must have invalidated his lap and has chosen to come back in, change onto a fresh set of softs. I did see a driver heading out, that being Marcy. No, Marcy's actually is on an in lap, and Villas, Richard, our creator, so to speak, is on his out lap. He will soon be starting his fast lap, seeing if he can improve on his 1:22.06. Already an incredibly fast time. I can't remember the last time I set a time like that around Australia. Definitely going to be the guys to watch out for in the race on Friday night. Really looking forward to that, and as I'm sure the rest of you are. As we see our group creator coming over to start his flying lap. See how he does in the first sector. Obviously he's got newer tyre, he's got a faster track now. We'll see, does he go purple in the first sector? So come to the end of sector 1, brilliant line there through turn 5. And basically mirror matches his first run at only 0.02 of a second down on his fastest. We've now got Harv and KVD on out laps. KVD just about to start his fast lap. See if he's able to keep it in track limits this time. And so this comes to the end of sector 2, and he's already a tenth of a second up on his PB, looking to go under that 1:22 barrier, which will put him in good stead for pole position in this race and on the league race on Friday. As he comes around the last corner, brilliant line through, no contact with the curb, and comes over the line, setting a 1:21.3. Wow! What a final sector there from Richard. Brilliant last sector there. A 1:21.3. That is outstanding lap time, and I can't see anyone being able to beat that. Let's see. Gonna watch KVD now, who is on the last sector. Hasn't yet pushed track back limits, so he is running good for this third sector. That was tight. Coming into the last series of corners, into the penultimate corner now. Brilliant line through there into the last corner. Plenty of space left there to run, and he's going across the line with a 1:22.63. So only just about half a second behind Marcy in the other Mercedes, who is on that. We've now got every driver out on the track. Let's see how Harvey's doing coming through sector 1. 26.9, a respectable first sector from the Yeoman. Really running the track to its limits there. That was a brilliant come out of turn 12 as he comes around the last corner. What this, I think it's going to be kind of special. 121 going provisional second, 6 thousandths of a second separating Arvin Villas. Wow, this is going to be an interesting battle in the race. Okay, so Marcy has invalidated their lap time. Kimi out on his flying lap. Let's see what Kimi's capable of here. Going purple in sector 1, Kimi with a 26.6. Brilliant first sector there. See if he can keep it up coming through sector 2. .48.6, another purple sector here by Kimi. This is going to be special. See, Hawkeye is also on a flying lap. With 5 minutes left of quali to go. Let's see what sort of lap is Kimi going to put in as he comes through the second last corner. Good line there. Coming out. Flings it wide so he does not invalidate his lap. And it's a 1:20.922. 4 tenths of a second faster than Villas and the first sub 121 driver. Hawkeye does improve on his flying lap, but only manages a 1:27 flat, 4.5 seconds behind his nearest competitor in KVD. Let's see how he does. I think he looks like he is going for another flying lap. Oh, that was close. I thought that was going to be track limits. Already 6 tenths of a second up on his fastest so far. Let's follow him through sector 2, see how he does, the young man. Very aggressive line there through chicane as he hits the barrier. You have to judge that corner carefully. It's so easy to run into the barriers. They can't creep up on you so quickly. 7 tenths up in this sector, in this lap. It's not going to be anywhere near enough to pressure the front runners, but a good show nonetheless from Hawkeye. That's going to be an invalidated lap. No, okay, not invalidated, so Hawkeye's going to keep running. As he takes to the pits and decides to abandon this lap. Oh wow, took that corner a bit too quickly there. Hawkeye has now been disqualified from the session for effectively blocking the pit lane with back crash. Wow, so with 3 minutes to go, we've got our top 3 in the pits. We have got Marcy. Marcy is on a flying lap, but it has been invalidated. So it looks like they're going to go again. They're holding all their errs available. Just, well, 1 second separating our top 4. And Marcy abandoning this lap. So we've got KVD about to start his fast lap. Let's see what he's capable of. Needs to gain 6 tenths of a second to be ahead of Marcy. A big gap to third, 1.3 seconds. See if he's capable of putting that sort of time in. Got 2 minutes 12 seconds left, so enough for 2 flying laps, but I don't think he has enough ERS to be able to put in 2 good fast laps. So let's see how he does with his performance. Coming through sector 1, 3 tenths up on his current time. Excuse me. It looks like everyone is now coming out for one last lap as KV loses it. out of the chicane in sector 3. Has got some significant wind damage there, so that is KV is settled, I think, for his time. He won't have enough time to get back to the pits and out for a flying lap, so we're going to tune into Harv, who's currently third, 6 thousandths of a second behind Villas, who is about to start his flying lap along with Kimi. Let's see what these three gentlemen are capable of. Track will be at the hottest it can be, giving great grip to the drivers and allowing them to push the cars right to the limit. As Harv comes through, half a second up nearly on his flying lap. And that is qualifying done, so we'll just see these 3 laps submitted and then we will be done. Let's see. Coming through the end of sector 2, and Harv lost a bit of time in that sector, 0.36 up now on his fastest lap, which will not be good enough for current pole position. He will need to make a bit more happen if he wants to take that pole spot. But a good effort here by Harv to set a competitive lap time. To come through the last corner. And submits a 1:20.69. Good enough for provisional pole position at the moment. Let's see, as we got our second and third, Villas and Kimi coming across the line. Villas pitting, seeing that he's not going to improve on his time, so he will start third, and Kimi, this looks like it is going to be something special. A 1:20.49, enough to take provisional pole position there for Kimi. A last second Lewis Hamilton ditch. Brilliant lap there by Kimi, a 1:20.49, enough to take pole position here for this practice session of the OBF1 Racing League pre-season testing. Harv will be starting second with a 1:20.68. Richard will be starting on in third, having set his 1:21.3. Marcy in fourth with a 1:22.0. KVD starting fifth on a 1:22.6. As we can see, Hawk Pie and Hawkeye being demoted to seventh, even though Hawk Pie retired first, because obviously Hawkeye was disqualified for blocking the pit lane, and a disqualification will take you to the bottom of any starting grid. So Hawkeye, even though he did set us a lap time, will be starting in last position because of the disqualification for his pit lane entry. So drivers will just be getting ready now, setting up their pit strategies for the race. Be interesting to see what all the drivers put together in terms of strategies. So we've got a few seconds now until the race session will be starting. I will be logging off in about 17 minutes, which I think is going to be good enough for about 12 laps. So we'll get 12 laps of comms, and then I will have to shut the stream down, I'm afraid, guys, because I will need to record my race. As we see 5 lights and the drivers are off. Obviously you're seeing pit strategies here, so you got potential 2 or 1 stopper. I think on this track I'm definitely more inclined for the two stopper because it is a fast pit lane and it's a short pit lane. So you can see, is that right? Hawkeye is up to second. Hawk Pie is up to second position already as he makes contact with Kimi into turn 3, causing a crash between Hawkeye, Villas and Kimi, all crashing into each other. All three are going to need to pit there because they are going to have damage. That was reckless. That was a very ambitious overtake, and no, that was, I think for me that was too ambitious. iHalf has also gotten a penalty. What is that penalty for? That's a 3-second penalty. Unfortunately, I don't know what it's for, but coming through, let's have a look at the cars. Are any of them going to need to pit? I can see somehow Kimi doesn't seem to actually have any, and what's happened there? Hawkeye and Villas both DNFing. Are we going to have a safety car now? This is absolute chaos. I'm quite surprised by this. So we're down to 5 drivers. We've got Hawk Pie heading into the pits as we've got a safety car and a Hawk Pie running wide, and as such is going to have to pit again, coming to the pits next lap to change his front wing. I do believe that's the reason he wants to pit. Either that or he wanted to make an early tyre change, because I'm not seeing any damage on his car. I'm not seeing any damage on his front wing. But again, outbraking himself into turn 3. So we've got 5 drivers left in this race. Villas and Hawkeye both out on lap 1 after connecting with the barriers in sector 2. iHalf is in first with a 3-second time penalty. Mark in 7th, KVD in 3rd, and Hawk Pie in 4th. Kimi is now in the pits. I'm presuming he had wing damage and so went to get that changed. He's now got a 55-second gap to catch up to the drivers ahead, but if safety car should be out, I'd say at least until the end of lap 3, so he shouldn't struggle with that. Okay guys, just whilst we've got this going on, I'm going to go and make a drink, and I will be right back in just a moment. Thank you. So during my travels I can see that Kimi has been disqualified from the session. I'm presuming that was for slow driving around the track. I did see as I was leaving that he was just trundling along down the first straight. So we are now down to 4 drivers. As we see, Mark has pitted onto the harder compound tyres. KVD has pitted onto a fresh set of softs. Not sure about that. I'm presuming there was damage involved, but to pit onto the softs, that is it feels like a redundant pit stop. I probably would have made it onto the mediums personally, but to each driver his choice. We'll see if that choice does work out for KVD. And we get a notification that the safety car will be coming in this lap, making I have the de facto safety car. He will be the one to decide when to drop the hammer, and off he goes with the lead. See if he can pull out the 1 second gap to get a start, to get a 1 second head start, and we'd start reducing his 3 second penalty gap. You can also see Marcy's picked up a penalty as well. Can't be sure what that's for. Drivers do need to be careful here. And we can see iHarv is blocking up the crowd, as he is allowed to with the de facto car. When is he going to drop the bomb? And off we go. And we are racing again here at Melbourne. I have already stretched out a 0.6 of a second lead as he runs wide through turn 1. Very clean there through turn 3 as we can run turns 4 and into turn 5, finishing off the last end of the first sector here. I've already carving out a 7 3/4 of a second gap over Hawkpie. Hawkpie now really having to defend from Marcy and KVD. Is he going to lose it? Brilliant there to hold it together by Hawkpie, but he is now under a big challenge from Marcy, who gets the inside line and will take second place quite comfortably there. Hawkpie running a bit lame out of that corner, lame meaning too slow, sorry, and KVD now right on his back. I have already carved out nearly a 3 second lead on this lap alone to Marcy, who's picking up, and we see KVD going for the move for 3rd position. Hawkpie right on his tail, trying to make use of the slipstream. So we've got one more lap until DRS is activated, and an Alpha Tauri, that's KVD. KVD has spun it out of turn 2 and crashed into the barriers. Is that damage at terminal? It doesn't look, his car is still operational, but he will need to pit again. Perhaps looking to switch onto the hard tyre, seeing if he can make them last the race now, but that is going to cost him a lot of time to get back around to the pits and change the front wing. So refocusing on the battle for 2nd place, you can see Marcy starting to put out a bit of a gap over Hawkpie. Already iHarv has got a 4 second lead over Marcy, but he is on faster tyres, so you would expect him, and he still does need to make a stop, as does Hawkpie. As Hawkpie picks up his first 3 second penalty. For exceeding track limits. So typically around this track, a pit stop is about 22 to 25 seconds, assuming no wing change, and iHarv is going to have his work cut out to gain that sort of lead over Marcy. Marcy, having pitted, should be able to make these hard last to the end of the race without too much of an issue. So iHarv has definitely got his work cut out for him to try and get that lead over Marcy, so that he can not only, well, actually penalties are all nullified now because they all have a penalty, but so iHarv can get that lead and get out. And see, Marcy is already using up most of his DRS. Harv still with a very healthy amount in 55%, or 52 now, sorry, as we are going down the straight. It will be draining it a bit of it. And see Hawkpie starting to feel those soft tyres taking effect, he's now dropped 3 seconds behind Marcy and is 9 seconds behind our race leader in iHarv. KVD has pitted onto the medium compound. That is a surprise to me. I don't see the medium compound lasting 24 laps. As we see Hawk Pie coming into the pits for his pit stop quite early, I think. I would have expected maybe a few more laps. Let's see if he's going to switch on to the softs, mediums or hards. I think a soft or a medium switch will be a 2-stopper with the hard going 1-stopper. It looks like they're the medium tyres there from what I could see. As we have a wing change, nope, I was wrong there, hard tyres, so Hawk Pie looking to go to the end of the race on this compound. Has been driving with a damaged front wing, so some good driving there by Hawk Pie to keep in contention with Marcy. Okay guys, so it's 5 to 8. I'm gonna have to go now. I've really enjoyed commentating this and I hope you've all enjoyed listening to it. Unfortunately I'm gonna have to cut the stream as well just because I need to record my race. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your race and have fun. May the best driver win. Good luck guys.